And joining us now is Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota. Senator, it's good to see you. You just heard the vice president there.
Great to be on.
You heard her address the comments from President Biden, saying she strongly disagrees with criticizing someone based on who they vote for. What do you make of her response?
She couldn't be clearer. President Biden clarified what he was saying. But I think the most important thing is that Kamala Harris, from the very beginning, she unified our party, all right, in like one day. But then what did she do? She started reaching out to people who had previously supported Donald Trump. She has reached out to Republicans in a major way. She has done event after event with none other than Liz Cheney, with Republicans throughout our country in every single state. So when you look at her as a leader, and you look at not just what she said today, but what she said last night, people are joining in. This is not a campaign that is turning people off. It is bringing people in. And it's not just the 75,000 people gathered on that mall. What a scene. It's also the fact that her campaign knocked on 1.5 million doors just this weekend, reached 15 million people by calls. So I see this as a campaign for all of America. It is exactly what she said, because democracy and upholding democracy against a guy that tries to knock it down every single day and divide people, upholding democracy is about bringing in people. And it isn't about everyone's going to vote for you, but you are holding up the sacred concept of democracy, and that's what Kamala Harris has done from the beginning.
And Senator, obviously, what we heard from Kamala Harris is, more of what we heard last night in her speech. That's what she really wants to be focusing on today. However, does what we heard from President Biden just give fuel to her opponent at this point in the race?
Look, at this point, Donald Trump every single day is throwing out criticisms, throwing out just unbelievable things. When you look back at that, it's hard to even call it a rally, but that attack on America, he's going to say what he's going to say. But she has continued this positive message with his resonating. I just thought those words last night were extraordinary, pointing out that he is just doubling down on his rage and anger, and she is someone who is moving and leading this country with optimism. He may have this enemies list and wants to seek revenge. She has this to-do list, which, as just was pointed out, is about things like, let's take on housing for all Americans to make sure people can afford it. Let's do something about this across-the-board tax that he is proposing. On the other hand, she is going to decrease taxes on people making under $400,000. She's going to make it easier for them, and she's going to take on child care and so many of the issues that matter to Americans. We have already made movement on prescription drugs by putting in the $35 a month cap and finally allowing Medicare to negotiate prescription drug prices. She's going to go even further with that. So I think that comparison of his revenge list and her to-do list is a great way to have a closing argument, because everyday Americans don't want the chaos and they don't want the divide anymore, whether they voted for Trump before or whether they have been blue Democrats from the beginning.
There are heightened tensions right now, just the political atmosphere we're all living through with days to go before the election. I want to play something from former President Trump making baseless claims that the vote is flawed. Take a listen.
Because they've already started cheating in Lancaster. They've cheated. We caught them with 2,600 votes. No, we caught them cold. 2,600 votes. Think of this. Think of this. And every vote was written by the same person. I wonder how that happened. It must be a coincidence. It must be a coincidence.
So those are his remarks less than 24 hours ago. He's seizing on these reports that officials in 2 Pennsylvania counties found what appear to be fraudulent voter registrations. But to be clear, there's no evidence of any fraudulent ballots, with those officials saying the fact that they were found is proof that security protocols are working. Are you worried he's trying to lay the groundwork for chaos or interference with the election?
That is exactly what he is trying to do, and it's his old playbook because he knows he's losing in these states. So he is trying to create chaos. And let me just say, we know those rules now. Many Americans know them. In certain states, they don't start counting the ballot till the day of the election. That includes Wisconsin and Pennsylvania and a few others. Some states like Michigan have changed their laws to at least they can start opening the ballots before, so they're ready to start counting. Many other states, red, blue, and purple, start counting up to the date so they get the results sooner. America is ready for this. But what he has done is, again, trying to sow chaos. What do we know from the last election? His own cybersecurity head said it was the most secure election when Joe Biden won. What did Trump do? He fired him. His own Attorney General, Bill Barr, said there was no evidence of widespread fraud. Time and time again, Republicans and Democrats have accepted results of the election. But this time, unlike last time, I think people are ready. The Electoral Count Act has been clarified on a completely bipartisan basis, with everyone on our Rules Committee, including Mitch McConnell, voting for those changes. I chair that committee, except for Ted Cruz. We have really gotten the word out to Americans to vote early, to get their ballots in, and I just don't think he's going to be able to do this again because people are onto them. That was a part of Kamala's message last night. We are the ones that have to stand up for our country.
Senator Amy Klobuchar, thank you so much for joining us.